You Really Wash My Dishes? By Carcino Arson on AO3. Summary. Hanta and Todoroki had been chosen to do the dishes tonight, but Hanta's got a lot of his mind concerning the other boy, and quickly finds his thoughts spiraling. Living in the dormitory of 20 teenagers inevitably leads to plenty of arguments over chores. They do try to have some form of rotation roster, helpfully made by Ida, but more often than not it's thrown out the window, sometimes literally. The one thing they have all agreed on was that washing the dishes was a two-person job, but if UA had some sort of debate club, the end of the dinner in Class 1A dormitory would make for great practice. Hanta often volunteers to help, just as an attempt to quell the fighting, but unfortunately, no one's ever really gunning to be his partner. Tonight's actually been one of the better nights. Hanta volunteered early on, and not long after, Todoroki quietly pitched in that he thought it was his turn. Todoroki is good like that. He never volunteers if he doesn't have to, but he makes more of an attempt than the others to stick to the chore chart. There were definitely worse people he could wash the dishes with. At least Todoroki is pretty easygoing person once you got past the cold exterior. Things had been a little awkward between them after what happened at the sports festival, even though Hanta didn't hold a grudge against him or anything. He could tell when Todoroki had melted him out of the iceberg that there was clearly something bigger than that fight going on. Todoroki hadn't humiliated him out of malicious intent, so he was willing to give him a pass. The awkwardness mostly came from Todoroki's side, and later on, Hanta would find that it was mostly out of guilt. At some point, when they had been paired up for training, Todoroki had finally worked up the courage to express his sincerest apologies to Hanta, and that he would understand if Hanta hated him. Hanta was quick to tell him that that wasn't the case at all, and he got that Todoroki had some stuff going on that day. Since then, Hanta and Todoroki had actually been getting on really well. Todoroki's quiet, but Hanta finds it pretty refreshing after dealing with such a loud and occasionally explosive group for most of the day. Todoroki was nice to just sit back and relax with. Plus, his blunt responses often gave interesting insight. Hansa also had a lot of fun working with him for the cultural festival. It was nice to see him get a little more involved with the class than usual. Hansa couldn't help but feel that he was a bit shy at times. Now, thanks to Kirishima, everyone seems to be encouraging them together so they could form Seroroki. Not that Hanta really mind if he was honest. It made him feel a bit special to be considered a friend by someone as amazing as Todoroki. By the time Todoroki wandered into the kitchen, Hanta had just filled the sink and was about to start scrubbing. If you like, I can scrub the dishes, since the heat won't bother me, Todoroki offers. Yeah, man, that makes sense. I'll dry up and put away for you. Todoroki gives him a small nod and moves over to the sink, pushing up his sleeves. Hanta couldn't help but notice that Todoroki really only wears various of the same outfits, a black or a white t-shirt with some unbuttoned shirt on top. Not that Hanta could really judge, seeing as he only ever wears shirts that can double as tents, but at least he could use his weird physiology as an excuse. As the pair work together in silence, Hanta finds a sense of peace washing over him. He thinks that Todoroki must have some sort of calming presence about him because he always feels this way around him. It's nice. It's not often in his current day-to-day life that he gets to just experience a quiet and peaceful moment. He supposes that that constant excitement just comes with being a hero, but that doesn't mean he can't appreciate these small moments. Okay, so maybe Hanta has a teensy weensy crush on Todoroki, but if anything, it's more of a I really look up to you and admire you as a person, and I also really enjoy hanging out with you. Plus, if you asked me out on a date, I would probably say yes. It's not a big deal, and certainly not a thing Hanta would ever actually act on. Todoroki starts passing him dishes to dry up, and Hanta finds his mind wandering. Todoroki is such an amazing person. He's smart, powerful, and has the skills to use that power. Not to mention, he's endlessly interesting to spend time with, due to how mysterious and private he is. Hanta can't help but feel so lackluster in comparison. He doesn't understand why Todoroki ends up spending so much time with him when he could probably do so much better. Is something wrong, Sero? Hanta sapped his head from where he had going into a daze, drying dishes and putting them aside. Huh? I'm asking if something was wrong. You look concerned? Unless I'm misinterpreting. Hanta takes a moment to appreciate how adorable it is when Todoroki struggles with understanding people, but still tries his best to help anyways. He tries to laugh off Todoroki's question. I'm fine, dude. It's nothing to worry about. Todoroki tilts his head at him. If it's something that's making you feel bad, then I think it's pretty worth worrying about. Hanta frowns. I don't get why you spend so much time with me. I'm so plain and boring. I'm sure you have better things to do. When he looks up and tries to gauge Todoroki's reaction and whether or not he should just leave now, he finds a look of utter shock on the other boy's face. Hanta doesn't think he's ever seen so much emotion on Todoroki's face before. It's a jarring sight. Why would you say that? Todoroki exclaims, his eyes boring holes into him. Hanta recoils in surprise. Out of all the possible outcomes of this discussion, this wasn't one he could have expected. Even worse, Todoroki was still staring at him like he'd actually expected an answer. Most people only ask the theoretical. What the hell is Hanta supposed to do and actually say to that? I don't know, 'cause it's true? He finally responds. But it's not. Hanta can see that Todoroki seems to be genuinely confused. You're not plain at all. You're interesting, fun, and confident, and so much better with people than I could ever certainly hope to be. Suddenly, Todoroki's face falls out of its previous gaze and looks at Hanta with a surprising sincerity. And I like you. Hanta's eyes widen in shock, and Todoroki quickly looks away with his cheeks glowing red. All he could do for that moment is stand there, dumbstruck, probably looking like an idiot. Not that he cares what the roller coaster of emotions he's on right now. Oh, he answers wisely. Todoroki just goes back to washing dishes, but Hanta could see that he's scrubbing them far more viciously than he was before. Hanta takes a moment to reflect before coming to a decision. Would you like to go to the museum sometime? With me? Todoroki stops his vicious scrubbing for a moment and looks over to Hanta with wide eyes. Okay. That was so cute. Okay, so for my Todoroki lovers out there, I'm currently working on getting a series. So not just these one-shots. I have more Todoroki one-shots and more Present Mic one-shots, and I have one BKDK one-shot that I've just been pushing back. It's a really long one. I don't want to do it. I need time for that one. But yeah, I have a Todoroki series that I'm looking into and seeing if the authors would give me permission to Podfic, and hopefully I will get you guys some Todoroki series, like a nice lengthy series, because Todoroki is such a cute and adorable ship. It is. I love it. I don't even know how I started shipping it, why I started shipping it, or how it came for me to ship it, but one day I didn't ship it, and then next thing I know, I'm shipping it, and I regret nothing. I love the ship. The ship is so cute, adorable. It deserves the world, and it deserves a series. As always, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds, have a wonderful day or night. Join our community Discord server, link is in the description, subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.